a stunning new rebuke of President Trump from a former official in his own White House, breaking right here on the lead. She accused President Trump of failing to protect the American people. Olivia Troy was the top Homeland Security advisor for Vice President Mike Pence, who heads the coronavirus task force. She was on the task force from day one, she says, but now Troy left the White House in late July, and she is leveling some tough charges against President Trump in a new video.
Towards the middle of February, we knew it wasn't a matter of if COVID would become a big pandemic here in the United States, it was a matter of when. But the president didn't want to hear that because his biggest concern was that we were in an election year and how is this going to affect what he considered to be his record of success. The truth is he doesn't actually care about anyone else but himself.
Troy goes on to say that President Trump made a statement that she will never forget because, in her view, it defines who President Trump is.
When we were in a task force meeting, the president said, maybe this COVID thing is a good thing. I don't like shaking hands with people. I don't have to shake hands with these disgusting people. Those disgusting people are the same people that he claims to care about.
Troy goes on to say that if the president had taken this virus seriously, he would have saved lives. A lifelong Republican, Troy says she's now endorsing Joe Biden.
Tonight, as the United States surpasses 7 million confirmed coronavirus infections, we want to get perspective from a former top aide to the White House task force who has spoken out against President Trump's handling of the pandemic. Take a listen to what Olivia Troy has been saying.
It was shocking to see the president saying that the virus was a hoax, saying that everything's okay when we know that it's not. The truth is he doesn't actually care about anyone else but himself. The president said, maybe this COVID thing is a good thing. I don't like shaking hands with people. I don't have to shake hands with these disgusting people. I am voting for Joe Biden because I truly believe we are at a time of constitutional crisis.
Olivia Troy is joining us now. Olivia, thanks so much for joining us. And as you've heard, CNN has learned that President Trump is losing patience with the CDC director, Dr. Robert Redfield, and other top officials on the coronavirus task force. You worked there for weeks and weeks and months. He's frustrated that their sober warnings apparently don't line up with his positive spin on things. Does that line up with what you personally experienced as a top aide to the Vice President, Mike Pence?
Absolutely, Wolf. I can tell you that throughout my tenure in those 6 months and over 6 months that I was there in the White House working on the coronavirus task force, this started from very early on. This started from the very beginning. The scientists, they were trying to put out initial warnings and guidelines. Actually, they were just trying to put out daily guidelines that they would normally push out on a normal basis, even to medical workers or hospitals on, repurposing masks or gowns or just even minor things like that. And even then, that from the very beginning, because the messaging was such a big controlling thing internally in the White House, they were at times prevented from doing that.
We've learned that Dr. Birx and Dr. Fauci apparently are struggling to compete now with the growing influence of Dr. Scott Atlas, who's in recent days been brought onto the coronavirus task force. Do you fear that these top experts are going to be worn down by the political struggles, the infighting that apparently is going on?
Yeah, I've seen Dr. Fauci and Dr. Birx and Dr. Redfield and Dr. Hahn included. I've seen them struggle every day trying to do the right thing. I've seen them push policies through. I've seen them stand up and fight for what they thought was right. And I'm certainly certain that after a certain amount of time, it's got to be draining to be getting up and fighting every single day and knowing that you've got these political influences around you who at times are way less credible than any of the collective group together coming forward. And if that voice is stronger than theirs, it's got to be demoralizing at some point, especially also to the doctors that are the leaders of agencies who have staff that are working day and night to do what's right for this pandemic response, and watching what's happening before them when they can't stand up for the scientists and the people at the agencies that are working for them.